Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda'sInspirationStation.com, and today for our weekly Wednesday, it is August 11th, we are going to make 2 cards using the Delivering Cheer stamp set. Too cute. Love this stamp set. Very, very cute. I had lots of fun with it. But we are going to add another stamp set today. And the only reason why we're adding another stamp set today is because I wanted to show off the Nature's Texture stamp set, which is a Hostess stamp set in the annual catalog. I like these. These are great to do backgrounds. They just give the card a little bit extra something. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that today. So let's go ahead and get started. I am using quite a few different things. So I'll tell you as we're going along. As you can see, I'm definitely using lots of blends today. There are 2 markers that are not blends. And I'm going to be using the Mary Merlot and the Bumblebee. Those I'm just going to use in the Stampin' Write markers. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the fall one and then we'll go to the Christmas one, only because, you know, fall comes before Christmas. So we'll just go in that order. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock, and I used Crumb Cake. And we are going to, it's 5.5 by 8.5, and you would either score it at 4 1/4, or you could just fold it in half like I did, but use your bone folder to varnish in those creases. Then you're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla that goes for the inside of the card. Now, I did not stamp a sentiment in the inside of that card, so we're just going to go ahead and put that in there. This piece measures at 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and set that in there like that. Then we have a couple different pieces here. And I didn't bring, let me grab my dies really quickly because I did not grab those for the video, of course, because why would I be prepared? Silly me. So I do want to share, we have a die here that we're going to use, and this is an old olive, and this comes from the Tasteful Labels die. So it is this one right here. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to use that. And then we have another piece of Crumb Cake, and this piece here measures at 3 1/4 by 5. And then we also have a piece of Designer Series paper, and this comes from the Ink Colors. This is Bumblebee, and this measures at 3 by 4 3/4, because we're just going to attach that flat to this. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we're just going to attach that flat. Well, we're just going to set that one aside. Then we have another piece of Very Vanilla. This measures at 4 by 5. No, I'm sorry. This does not measure by that. I'm sorry. No, this is the 4 by 5 1/4. This one is the 2 by 4 3/4. And then this is just a scrap here because this is what we're going to use to stamp our saying there. This one here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to, you can use your scissors to punch out this little banner, or you can use lots of different things, actually. This punch here, which I can't remember, I think it's the triangle punch, I don't even remember. This is a discontinued punch, but I use this all the time. This will cut out banners. But another thing that cuts out banners that is current is this one right here, which is the tailored tags. So you could go like this with it, which I like that too. And you just put it in there like that, and then you punch it out like that. Okay. Now this is a little bit longer, so I'm going to go in just a little bit more. There we go. And you can use that too. Or you could just use your scissors as well. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do some stamping first, because we want to stamp all over the card base. So we're going to use tone on tone. So we're going to do this texture piece, which to me, this kind of looks like burlap. And we're going to use the Crumb Cake. And I'm literally going to just kind of randomly place this all over. I'm just doing it randomly. It doesn't matter if you miss a spot like that, because you're going to be covering it. So it's just a random all over. Now this piece right here, we are gonna pop up with dimensionals. So I'm gonna get out my dimensionals here. I have lots of dimensionals that are just like the edge pieces. So we're gonna use those up today. So let's get out that. And let's just center that in our card right here. All right, like that. We are gonna place this flat. So I'm just gonna put some Stampin' Seal here. And I'm just going to place that up at the top like that. Now we are gonna go ahead and put this up there, but before we do that, we're obviously gonna do some stamping. So because we're using blends, we wanna use the Memento. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this out. And I'm also going to get out, I have my piercing mat here. So we're gonna get that out too. And we're just gonna ink that up. And I start from the bottom and I work my way up. That's just how I do it. You of course can do it however you want, but I find that if you start from the bottom and work your way up, it works better. But then we're gonna do these little pieces here that are kind of like there we go. And we're going to do this one here, which is where she's holding like the set of flowers. And of course, we're going to turn these set of flowers into like a fall bouquet. So we're just going to do that. Cute. All right. Now the tights, I know you're probably like, how did she get that? No, I did not draw those in. There is a stamp for it in the stamp set. So it's right here. And I'm just going to ink it up into the bumblebee. And I'm just going to put it right in there like that. Cute. All right. So now let's do some blends. I love coloring with blends. So we're going to do Old Olive. And we're basically just going to color the whole entire coat in with Old Olive. So we're just going to do that. And just like that. I've seen so many adorable cards with this stamp set. And I feel like I've made quite a few cards with this stamp set. I absolutely love it. So we're going to do that. Now there's a little bit of a scarf right there, and I still want that green, so we're just going to do the light Old Olive. That way it just gives it a little bit shade. We're going to use the Bumblebee Stampin' Right marker because that's what I'm going to use the mittens. Okay. We're going to do light Crumb Cake for the paper on the flowers. I don't want it too dark. I want it to look like a kind of like craft paper that the flowers are wrapped in. So we're just going to do that. And then honestly, I'm going to tell you guys a little trick. This right here, I did it so sloppy. Watch how I do it. I'm literally just going to go back and forth here. I'm going to go back and forth here. And I'm going to go back and forth here. That is all I did with this. Look at how cute it is. Totally cute. So we're just going to go back and forth. You don't have to sit and color all this. This is not, there you go. This is so easy. Now we're going to do dark Cajun Craze. We're just going to kind of go right there. I'm going to go right in here. And then maybe I'll go right in there. And then we're going to take the dark Blackberry Bliss. And we're just going to go right in here and right in here. Just like that. That's it. That's how easy that is. Simple. Now I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm just going to go over where I just colored in the fall flowers. And we're just going to kind of give it some shimmer. Voila. All right, and before we attach that, let's work, because we want to let that Wink of Stella dry for a minute anyway. Let's get back out our Memento because we need to stamp our saying. And our saying that we are doing is Warming Thoughts of You, but I want to share something with you. So with this stamp set, it actually says Warming Thoughts to you this season. And that's what the saying says, but we're going to cut it off and just do warming thoughts to you. So we're just going to stamp the entire thing here like that. And then we're going to get out our little paper snips here, and we're literally just going to go across the top like this. We're going to curve it down all the way to the thoughts, and then we're going to kind of bring it back up. I mean, this is my daughters could do this. This is easy. We're not making this hard. We're not like fussy cutting it to be super perfect by any means. We are literally just cutting that part off. And that's it. There we go. See? Easy peasy. All right. So let's go ahead and get this card back. We'll move this, and we're going to attach this flat too. So we're just going to go like this. And we're going to center that. And I'm going to bring this not up to the designer series paper, but actually up to the Crumb Cake spot. And we're just going to put that right in the center there. I am going to get dimensionals for this because I do want to pop that part up. So look at that. That's the end of that dimensional sheet right there. All right, so, and I'm going to now just place that over here to the side. We just want to pop that up a little bit. And now we need some ribbon. So I chose the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. I love this. I love gingham. I mean, who are we kidding? And have you guys seen the black and white gingham ribbon? Oh, to die for. I think I might have to buy stock in that. No. I do have 3 rolls of it though. I'm not exaggerating. I do have 3 rolls of it. But I have a project that I'm going to be using it with, so I'll be going through it. All right, so I'm using my little bow maker here to create a little bow, and then I'm going to attach this with some glue dots, some mini glue dots here, and I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put that on the back. And then I'm going to put it sideways. I know it seems weird. I've never done it sideways before, but when I did it, I was like, oh, that kind of is cute. I kind of like it sideways. We always make bows the other way, and I kind of like it that way. So that's what I did. So there's that. Voila. Look at how cute is that? That was a fun card. Yes, there was some coloring to it. Yes, there was a little bit of stamping, cutting to it, and some stamping, but great card. I think it's super cute. So what a great card. So let's move on to the second one. And here is the second one. And this one actually opens up a little bit differently. So it opens up this way. So our cardstock is going to be a different measurement than the other one. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, and you would score this at 5 1/2 if you scored this. I, again, am just going to fold it in half, but I am going to use my bone folder to varnish in that crease. Okay. We're still using the same size piece of cardstock in the center, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I do not have a seine in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and place that in there. Okay, like that. Now we are going to stamp on the outside of this one too. And this time we're going to use this one that kind of looks like brick. I really like that. Again, same technique that we did with the other one. We're going to do tone on tone. So this is Sahara Sands. We are going to use the same ink pad. Only this time we are going to go all the way across. We want this to be the whole background. Just like that. Because we are giving this texture all the way. Kind of like a big background stamp set, but obviously this one is not a big background stamp set. So there is that, just like that. All right, so now we have a couple pieces of cardstock here. We have Mary Merlot, and this Mary Merlot measures at 2 by 4. And then we have some of the Mary Merlot Designer Series paper, and this measures at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. We're just going to put this on the center. Now normally I would center this a little bit more, but I'm actually going to move it over just a little bit because I feel like I I feel like I kind of like it when there's maybe less over here. So let's just go like this. And we're going to center that flat into the center of our card. So we're just going to do that. Just like that. All right. Now I have 2 pieces of cardstock, very vanilla. This one here measures at 2 by 4, and this is just for me to stamp her. And then this piece here is from our Ornate Frames dies. So for the sake of the video, I've already cut it out. But let's go ahead and bring back our piercing mat and let's do some stamping. So let's get out our Mary Merlot ink pad, and we're going to stamp the saying. And this saying says, sending love and Christmas cheer. And I'm going to stamp that a little bit more to the left because we're going to tuck this side behind her. So we want to stamp that a little more to the left. So we'll set that aside. Now let's get out our Memento ink again because we need to stamp her. Only this time we're going to do the one with the skirt. And I'm just going to, again, start with the very bottom and work my way up. And this time we're going to do the presents. She's going to be holding some presents. So we're going to do that. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, if you're somebody who maybe you have, maybe it's not as easy for you to line up the 2 stamps like this, a great tip for you to use would be the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus would be a great thing to use so that it could help you line up. Although I will tell you, sometimes I have a really hard time lining up my stamps. It really depends on the stamp. This one is not bad at all. I really have not had a problem lining this one up. So hopefully you will not have a problem with it and it comes easier for you. But if it comes a little bit more challenging, no worries. Just pull out your Stamparatus and use that. All right, I'm going to color in her arms, her hands, and her legs in ivory. So there's that. And I'm going to do her shoes in the Mary Merlot. Again, we don't have Mary Merlot in a blend, so we're using our Stampin' Right marker. So there's her shoes. And I'm basically going to do all the bows in Mary Merlot. All the bows, all the ribbons in Mary Merlot. So I'm just going to do that, that, and then I am going to do this thin box right here. I'm going to do the center of that just to kind of add in that color right there. All right, so now the other color we're going to use, the blue that we're using is Misty Moonlight. Well, it's bluish purple, I guess. So we're just going to do that, and I am using the dark. I'm just going to color that in like that. And I'm going to do the top box here. I'm going to bring back this Mary Merlot for a second because I did not get all the way over there. There we go. All right, now let's get out the dark jade. And we're going to just jade. We're going to do that at the bottom here. And then we're going to do this one right here, this present. And we'll do the top one. Oh, look at that. I forgot that piece of ribbon. So we're going to get out the Mary Merlot again, which is fine because I didn't get far enough over here either. There we go. Voila. And then we're going to get out the crumb cake, and I'm just using light crumb cake. So I'm going to use light crumb cake up here, and then I'm going to use it for this entire area, this entire box here. There we go. There it is. You know what? I am going to get out the dark crumb cake. And I'm going to just kind of go over the part with the line here, just to kind of give it like a shadow. There we go. All right, so for the skirt, we're using soft and dark, soft suede, the light and the dark. So I'm going to color the whole entire skirt in the light soft suede. And we're gonna color that whole thing. In fact, I'm going to do this side. There we go. I love blends. Although I look like I need looks like I'm gonna need a new one of these very soon. All right. There we go. And then I'm gonna take the dark soft suede and I'm just gonna kind of reinforce these little lines that are in the skirt. I'm just kind of giving it more of like a shadowy look. Just like that. I'm going to kind of go around the bottom here, kind of up a little bit. There we go. Voila. Voila. All right, now I am going to do glitter on the presents, but I'm going to wait to do that until I cut her out. So I'm going to fussy cut her out. I know so many people that I know do not enjoy fussy cutting. And I am so sorry. She's not really that bad to fussy cut. My recommendation when you're fussy cutting is turn the scissors with you and leave an outer edge. If you leave an outer edge, I find that it's a lot easier. I feel like if you're trying to not leave an edge, it's harder to fussy cut. But if you turn the scissors, turn your hand with the scissors, still, it's not too bad. And this one's kind of like straight shots. It's not a lot of curviness. It's not too bad. I've definitely had worse. But we want to pop this one up. So she's not bad. And you know, if you don't like to fussy cut at all, I mean, that is like your worst thing and you do not like that, you could always just put a piece of small, very vanilla there and, you know, just stamp on it. You could totally do that. But she's not too bad. There. She's not bad at all. Okay. So now let's get our card back out here. So what we're going to do is, well, while we're putting our card together, before we do that, let's put our Wink of Stella all over the boxes, only because then it gives it a couple minutes to dry. So we're going to, oh, my Wink of Stella's getting to the bottom. Good thing I just bought like 3 more of them. Yes, I said 3. I go through Wink of Stella like there's no tomorrow. And I'm being honest. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's place this. We're going to kind of put this over to the side here because we're going to pop her up. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and we're going to pop her over to the side here, but we don't want to cover up our seam, but we don't want her over the card either. So we're going to go like that. And now I'm going to add these. They are the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. They're in the new mini catalog. I like them. Of course, I love any. I am a sucker for any kinds of like jewels like this. I will tell you, these ones are not my favorite. These ones are my favorite right now. These are just, I feel like the catalog did not do them justice. I mean, I love these colors. So, and the other thing that I love that I don't feel the catalog did it justice, they always look better in person, are the like shimmery stars. I love those too. So I've had fun playing with those too. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get out my little pokey tool here. And I'm just going to place some of these randomly. We'll just kind of do some random stuff here. Let's do one there. Let's do one over here, and then let's place kind of a big one over here. There we go. All right, that's it, you guys. How nice is that? All right, let's get out our cards so I can share. All right, so the Delivering Cheer card right here and right here. I hope you guys enjoyed these projects today. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. And head on over to amandasinspirationstation.com and sign up for my newsletter. That's where I post all of Stampin' Up! News, my events, and different incentives that I do. And same with Stampin' Up! When they do specials and sales. Remember, right now we are in celebration. So for every $50 you spend, you do get to pick a celebration item out. Some are for $50. There are 2 items in here that you can purchase or get free with a $100 order. And if you do not have a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you do not have this brochure or the new mini catalog, please reach out to me through amandasinspirationstation.com. I would love to get you a catalog, and I would get that to you right away. Thank you so much. You guys have a great week. Bye.